How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of any IPA time in the form of Industrial Art Brewing's Wrench. Yeah, it says any IPA right on a can. That's how I know it's a New England style IPA. Facts. Yeah, Industrial Arts. I've done a couple of their beers review-wise. I'm actually a pretty big fan. Chief O'Neill at Industrial Arts is, quintessential veteran. Worked at Peekskill for a while. Worked at Ithaca. Ended up, he was the brains behind Flower Power. Dig the dude's beers, let's put it that way. But it's been a month or so since I've had one of their beers, and I was kind of going on a little roundabout trip today. Kind of up in the Binghamton area. I actually ended up hooking up and having a couple beers with No Hate Beer Reviews. So go check him out if you like beer reviews. Super cool dude. We ended up going to a brewery and kind of hanging out. But anytime I'm in Binghamton area, I always pop into Sam's Beer Van. It's been kind of like a quintessential kind of good beer poppin' spot in that Binghamton area for years and years and years. And the dudes there are awesome. And I kind of popped in there and just kind of chattering back and forth. And they're like, "Did you have Wrench from these guys?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Just dude's like, here, you got it. Here, take this." And yeah, I'm gonna review it. And he's like, "Just go into it. And don't drink." I had a couple other beers. He's like, "Don't drink those other beers and drink this one because this is gonna ruin all the other ones for him." And that's how much he enjoyed it. So I'm going into this a little bit of biased, but those guys know what they're doing. So again, if you're in Binghamton, pop in there, man. Sin Beerman's fucking awesome. Love that place. Anyway, Wrench. Industrial Arts. On the side it says, excuse the voice, long day. "In order to make this beer, we had to unlearn much of what we hold dear. You see, Wrench's Northeast IPA made virtually no sense. Much of the process is backwards in order to assure that it doesn't look, smell, or taste like beer of the past. This beer is for today and maybe tomorrow too, if there's any left. 6.8% alcohol by volume. This is packaged 11/15/17. Today is the 17th, I think, if not the 18th. So this beer is, if anything, a couple days old. So that doesn't fucking suck. And that'd be that. Label-wise, I fucking love their labels, the whole Industrial Arts thing. I'm a sucker for honeycomb. So that in of itself kind of snags me. But yeah, I like the way they kind of lay out their cans with that whole kind of schematic kind of theme. So yeah, let's give this a pour, see what she's got. So 7%. You're kind of in that wheelhouse. 6.8% wheelhouse, kind of New England IPA ABVs. Just over a pinky finger white, as white could be. Had nice creaminess to it, super tight back bubbles, and butternut squash soup. What else do you want? Look at that. I mean, if you want to go potato leek, we can go potato leek, but butternut squash soup. Not too shabby. So, guess what? Looks like a New England style IPA. See what the nose has. That's that dank, son. That is that straight up dankness. And it has this nice kind of sweet tropical fruit wrapped around this kind of straight up high end dank weediness. Good God, that's a potent nose, man. That's a pretty. It's weird because it's almost like burning my nostrils in a good way. And I believe that's just that greeny fucking super dank kind of hop nose. There's a nice sweetness to it. There's a nice fruitiness to it. I actually think I'm getting a bit of like a subtle kind of, again, I say subtle because other things are so big, kind of slightly crackery kind of malt off it, but that weedy, super dankness is fantastic. And it's keefy almost to the point where it's super weedy. It's not even like green, like vegetal greeniness. It's just straight up fucking monster weed in your face. Yeah, absolutely fucking gigantic, huge nose, full of sweetness, full of greeniness, full of weediness, full of dankness. Let's just dive in. Cheers. That's a tasty beer. Not as epically huge weed-wise as I thought it was going to be based off the nose. But it's pretty nice. That mouthfeel is to die for. Super fluffy creaminess. That weedy dankness kind of lets through a bit more of kind of like a soft tropical fruit. It's not like a big juicy papaya or a sweeter kind of kiwi. It's more kind of reserved. It's not, and there's stone fruits in there too, but it's like, if you ever get, it's not a peach. It's kind of more uh, like, I'm not quite sure what it is. It's like pear. Not necessarily in flavor, and I know I'm kind of losing you guys here a little bit, but more in softness. To me, pears are very fucking sumptuous, delicious fruit, but they tend to be a bit more delicate. And the fruit flavors you're getting in here, while it is kind of like a tropical fruit, kind of melon leaning, with a little bit of stone fruit, it's very reserved. It's very delicate. It's very kind of a more nuanced kind of sweetness, not like a super robust sweetness in your face. Combine it with that kind of danky weediness, which again is not nearly as big as you'd think it would be based off the nose, but it's there in the mouth. It's balanced pretty damn perfectly with that kind of fruitiness that it makes it fucking fantastic. Again, the mouth feels awesome. Man, that mouth feels fantastic. Super delicious beer. Creepily super chuggable. This is kind of in the vein of the water nerd breweries that I talk about so often. Like the Equilibrium, District 96, even like your Bissell level kind of water nerdiness when it comes to that mouthfeel, combined with the way they work with the hops, combined with the level of sweetness they bring that doesn't get too kind of out there in left field. It's just absolutely fantastic. One of the better New England style IPAs that isn't like just hop to shit for the sake of just throwing fucking hops or something. One of the more calculated, well-made calculated New England IPAs I've had ever. It's not showy. It's just good, well made, and tasty. It's almost like chief to a fucking T, because it says it right on the label. They had to unlearn what they know to make this beer that they're kind of backwards leaning into kind of thing. But while they're doing that opposite thing, that thing that brewers, old school brewers, weathered brewers, learned brewers, no, you can't unlearn that. It's kind of like asking a drummer to drum off time. You know what I mean? You can drum off time in a pattern, but to be like a drummer, tell a drummer to drum like shit, he just can't do it. He can do it for a second or two, but his brain just kind of goes back. And that's where this beer kind of lands for me, is that it has all these kind of new school New England tendencies, but it's clean. And it's well made, and it's balanced, and it's all the things that these old school fucking tried and true brewers just can't unlearn. You just can't make them make this kind of overtly bunkersly weird fucked up beer, and that's a beautiful fucking thing. So yeah, absolutely tasty stuff. Let's talk about it. It's one of the better any IPAs that I've had as of late. Yes. Value and availability, I think it was like $5 for a can, $20 for a 4-pack. A single can is actually given to me. Do you know what I mean? Sam Beer ran through it my way, so thanks, dudes. But they were $5 a pop. As single cans, you're probably dropping that down to $4 a pop, so you're probably looking more like $16 a 4-pack. That's not too shabby. It's market value nowadays, and it'll leave you with, if you like what? Will you like this? Good beer. Hazy beer. New England style IPAs, if you like them, you like this. But let's take it a step further. If you understand good beer, that sounds super fucking pretentious, but if you understand good beer and you like well-made beer and not New England style IPAs, then you will like this beer, because it is a really well-made beer that happens to be New England style IPA, just not a really good New England style IPA. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did anywhere in between, down there, words and stuff and things. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped. This dude. Massive Beers, all 4 of those places. And another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice New England style IPA right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.